Hey all, welcome to the roll and write playthrough video of the game called Megadhuta. This is a game that was submitted by Rohith Dabbiru for the indiaboardgames.net roll and write game design contest. Today we're going to play through this game and show you how this game works. The concept of this game is based on a very famous poem that was written by Kalidas. So in this game, it can be played by unlimited number of players, and the objective of this game is to score different terrain types on the player mat. The components that you need for this game are 4 dice, 2 pencils, and each player gets a player mat. I'm going to show you how the player mat looks like. The scoring sheet, the scoring criteria right on top. Then you have the different types of clouds. So you draw the clouds in different stages. In the second stage, you have different types of shapes. You have different types of terrains, starting from village until desert. And then you have the player grid itself. Now the player grid is where you draw different types of terrain and different types of clouds. The player grid is divided into 6x6 matrix. And you have terrains in the green color and clouds in the blue color. Like the poem Megadhuta, the game is also divided into 2 stages. The first stage is called Purvamegha, in which you score or you place terrain types, which is the village, the river, the mountain, forest, farm or deserts. In the second stage called Uttaramegha, you have to place clouds. Now we're going to start playing and we'll show you how this actually works. So we're going to play as a 2-player game. It's going to be my son and me. We have 4 dice in this game. Doesn't matter who rolls the dice because we all have to use the same values on the dice. So I'm going to start by rolling the 4 dice. It is shown up as 2 5s and 2 3s. So now what we need to do is we need to start choosing the numbers. The first thing, in the Purvamegha stage, I can either choose a 5 or a 3 in this case. So I can choose between a farm or a mountain. Now each of these score differently, right? So I'm going to try and pick the mountain with a 3. If I pick the mountain with a 3, I have different shapes that I can choose from. In this case, there are 2 different choices. Again, I have a 3 for the type of shape, or I have the 5 for the type of shape. The mountain scores by having the longest connected range. So I'm going to try and go with the number 5. Then I have the 2 remaining dice. What they tell me are coordinates on the map that I cannot draw. So 5 and 3, what that means is I scroll down on 5 and 3. This is one terrain that I cannot draw, and similarly I cannot draw on this terrain. So I now need to figure out where to draw this particular shape for mountain. So what I'll do is I'll start drawing here. I hope those look like mountains.
A 5 and start working on a farm, and for the shapes, I'll go with 3. So the coordinates 5 and 3. So it looks like I can make it here.
Okay, so that's how the turns work. What we'll do then is we'll have to roll the next turn. And another set of 5, 3, 2 and 1.
So I'm going to take a 2 and do a river, and for the shape I'm going to go with 3, and those are the coordinates that I can't draw on. 5 and 1, I can't draw here. 5 and 1, I can't draw here. So I'll be drawing my rivers here.
So if that's what son does, I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to draw a village in the form of That's my shape. And I still have the 5 and 3 that I should not be drawing on. So that's here and here. So I can draw this shape out here. So the village is a home. So it's a 5, 4, 3 and 3. So what I'll do in this case is I'll go with 4 for the forest. I will use the shape of the 5, and the only coordinates that I cannot draw are 3 and 3, which are here. So I will draw the shape. So that's what I've done. I've drawn the forest in this particular shape.
I'm going to take 3 for the mountain and I'm going to take 5 for the shape, like this. So I got to draw a mountain which looks like this with a shape like this. So I think I'm going to go place it here.
Alright, we then move on to the next round. So it's 1, 2, 5 and 6. So I'll use 5 for the farm, I'll use 2 as the shape, and the only coordinates I cannot draw are 6 and 1 and 1 and 6. So I'll draw my farm out here.
I'm going to take 6 for the desert and I'm going to take 5 for the shape. So the desert looks like this. And I can't draw it on 1 or 2, so I can't draw it here or here. So I'll be drawing it here. So
what you may have seen that a desert terrain has something different. It comes with a sun that can be placed in the clouds above. What that means is a normal cloud above this terrain will be transformed to a sunny cloud when you draw a cloud there. So it's 1, 2, 2, 4.
So I'm going to be taking 1 and I'm going to make a village with number 2 for the shape.
Just a quick correction, I drew the farms in the sky instead of the terrain, so just corrected that mistake. So what I'll do for my turn is I'll take this shape 4, I'll take this 2 for the river, and I cannot draw on 1 and 2, which is down here, or 1 and 2 down here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a river. In that shape. Okay. We'll move on to the next turn. So it's a 1, 2, 4 and 4.
I'm going to take 4 for a forest and I'm going to take 1 for the shape. So what I'm doing here, so I'm going to be making a forest here. There we go. And 4 and 2, I can't place it here nor here. So I can't place it here. And my forest is safe.
Okay, so my turn. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 4 for the forest again. And I'm going to take the shape of 2. So, and I cannot draw on anything that is a 4 and a 1. So my forest comes over here. With that, we move on to the next round. So this is a 1, 1, 2 and 5.
So I'm going to be taking number 1 for a village, and I'm going to be taking number 1 also for the terrain. And then I'll have to not draw on 5 and 2 over here and 5 and 2 or here. So I won't be placing my village there. So I'll be drawing it here.
Okay, so my turn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 5 and a 2. 5 for the farm, 2 for the shape. What I need to avoid is the dice 1 and 1. So I'm going to draw my farm. I'm going to draw my farm down here. So it's 1, 2, 4 and 5.
So I'm going to go for 5. It's going to be building a farm, and I'm going to go with the shape 4, and I'm going to be building it here.
What I'll do is I'll take a river and just build one block of a river, and I need to avoid the coordinates 4 and 5. So just to reaffirm, the 2 is for the river, 1 is for that shape, and I avoid 5 and 4. That's the roll for the next round, which is a 2, 2, 3 and 6.
So I'm going to be taking 2 for the river, and I'm going to be taking number 6 for the desert, for the shape. So I can't draw it here nor here. So I'm going to be drawing my river now. So I can't draw it here nor here.
What I'll do is I'll draw a river, but in the shape of a 2. So I cannot draw on the coordinates 6 and 3 and 3 and 6. So my river is going to be coming down here.
With that, we move to the next round.
So it's 1, 4, 4 and 6.
So I'm going to be taking 4 for the forest and 1 for the shape. So I'm going to be making a forest here. And I can't go 4 and 6 here nor here. So I'm going to be making my forest here.
I'm going to be doing the same 1 and 4. So I'm going to have a forest which would be down here. So that's a roll for the next round. It's a 1, 1, 2 and 6.
I'm going to be taking 1 and 1. 1 for the shape and 1 for the village, which is the terrain. So I'm going to be drawing it here.
I'll draw a river with a 2 in the form of that shape, so 1 block, and avoid 6 and 2. So for me the river is down here. That's that for this round. Let's move on to the next round. It's a 1, 1, 3 and 3.
So I think I'm going to do the village in the shape and in only 1 block. The same thing what I did last time, and I can't draw it here. So I'm going to be drawing my village here.
I'm going to draw a mountain in the form of a one shape, and it's somewhere right down in the bottom, so I don't have to worry too much about the coordinates. That's the next round. It's 2, 2, 4 and 6.
I think I'm going to go with the 4 for a forest and 2 for the shape. So I'm going to be drawing my forest here.
So I'll take 2 and 2, so the river in that shape, and I'll draw it down here. That's the next roll. It's 1, 3, 4 and 5.
I'm going to go number 5 for the farm and number 1 for the shape, and I'm going to be making it right here.
So I'll take the farm as well with a 5 and a 1. So the 5 is for the farm, 1 for the shape, and I will draw that close to a river. So it's 1, 2, 4 and 4. So what I'll do in this turn is I'll draw a river for the 1 shape.
So what I'll be doing is a 4 and a 1, and I'm going to be drawing a forest right here. So 2 and 4. So I can't be drawing here nor here. So I'm going to be drawing here.
It's 1, 5, 5, 6. I'll take the farm of a 5. It's the shape of a 1, ensuring that I do not draw on 6 and a 5, which should be here or here, which is fine for me because my farm would be coming out here.
And I'm going to be taking a desert and I'm going to be placing it right here.
So that's 6, 5, 4, 5.
I can't do anything.
It looks like I cannot draw any further too. So that brings us to the end of the first stage, which is the Purvamegha stage. Our next stage is the Uttaramegha. In this stage, we have 6 turns to draw clouds. So this is the Uttaramegha phase where we are drawing clouds in the sky. We follow the same principle. There's a roll of the dice. But in this turn, what we have to do, or in this stage, what we have to do, is we have to choose 2 different types of dice. So I'll choose, say for example, 6 for the sunny, 5 for the rainbow, and then I have the 2 remaining dice. That means I cannot draw on any of these columns, so either 1 or a 3. Now, the rainbow cloud lets me draw terrain underneath onto all vacant spaces around this cloud. So it's not really very useful to me, but because for me the only vacant spaces are 1 and 3. I have 1 vacant space here, so I'm going to draw the rainbow down here. So I only have to draw 1 rainbow. I have to draw 1 sunny cloud. A sunny cloud gives you 5 victory points. So I'm going to draw a sunny cloud over this forest.
Now I'm going to be taking number 1 as a normal cloud, and I'm going to be taking number 6, which is going to be a sunny cloud. So I can't draw in 3 and 5, which is no problem. It's no problem for me. So I'm going to be drawing my sunny cloud over here. And my normal cloud here. So the normal clouds that are on a desert terrain actually gives 5, that turns into a sunny cloud as the sun icon is in the desert terrain. So I would get 5 victory points, right?
That's absolutely right. So what we also have to do is we have to cross off the first turn. We have 5 turns to roll for the Uttaramegha stage. So it's 5, 4, 5, 3. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to try and complete what I have from the rainbow. The rainbow lets me draw terrain onto all vacant spaces around this cloud. So I have a vacant space down here in which I'm going to draw another forest. And moving on to the second round, I'll actually take 2 rainbows for 5 and 5. I don't draw on 4 and 3. So since I have 2 rainbows, I'm going to draw them here because I have got some vacant space. Yeah, please excuse my drawing. What that also means is because I have the effect of the rainbow, and these are rivers, and I will score points for having farms close to the river, I'm going to draw farms adjacent to the river. And I can also draw it out here because it's all the areas that are adjacent to the cloud.
So I'm going to be playing really smart now. I'm going to take a 4 and I'm going to be playing a storm that destroys the terrain. Now you might be asking why I'm playing this. Because the desert decreases 2 victory points for each adjacent farm. So if I get rid of this, I don't need to decrease any 2 points. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be taking a rainbow cloud. Now I'm going to take 5, so I can't draw here nor here. So and the rainbow cloud over here. So I'm going to be adding a village underneath, so I'm going to get some points. That's round number 2.
We're at round 3. It's a 4, 4, 5 and 6. I'm going to have to take a 6 because it's sunny. It gives you 5 victory points. I'll take a 5 because it's a rainbow. Lets me draw free terrain. And I cannot draw in 4. So that's good for me. I'll draw the sunny one out here. And I'll draw the rainbow down here, which lets me draw something that I choose over here. So I'll try and draw a river.
So now it's my turn, and I'm actually going to use the same thing, a sunny cloud and a rainbow, and I can't use on 4. So a rainbow, I would put the rainbow here. So I'm going to be placing my sunny cloud here. And that's round 3.
So it's a 1, 5, 5, 3. Don't think I need a rainbow. A normal cloud is something that I could try. I'll take a 1 for the normal cloud.
Oh, and thanks for reminding me about the the rainbow, I forgot to add something down here.
So continuing, we'll take 1 for the normal cloud. I'll take a 5 for a rainbow, and I cannot draw in 5 or 3. So I'll draw a normal cloud out here, and I'm going to draw a rainbow cloud down here. I cannot do much with it. It doesn't give me any benefit now.
So I'm going to take this for a normal cloud, and I'm going to be taking 5 rainbow. So I'll be making a rainbow cloud and a normal cloud over here that transform into a sunny cloud, and I can't draw here, so I didn't draw it there. Over here I'm going to be drawing a river. So over here I'm going to be placing a river, so to give points to my village.
That's round 4. We just have got 2 more turns to go. To the 2, 4, 5 and 5. So take the rainy for a 2 because it scores at corresponding terrain again. I'll take a rainbow for a 5, and I cannot draw in 4 or 5. So I think I'm gonna add the rainy one here, because I believe I've got some good points for the mountain range. And I'll put the rainbow down here.
So I'm going to be taking the rainy cloud, and I'm also going to be taking a rainbow. So I can't be playing here or here. I'm going to be playing rainy cloud here and the rainbow cloud. There are rainbow clouds here.
Brings us to the end of round 5. We have just the final round to go. It's a 1, 4, I got a 2 and a 5.
So I'm going to be taking number 1 for a normal cloud, and I'm going to be taking number 5 for a rainbow cloud. So I can't be drawing over here or here. I'll draw my normal cloud here to make it a sunny cloud, and my rainbow cloud, well, here.
What I'll do is I'll take the normal cloud and I'll take the rainy cloud. I cannot play them on 4 or on 5. For the normal cloud, because I have 2 consecutive normal clouds, I can draw a free normal cloud on any vacant space on the map. I'm just going to draw it somewhere out here for now. And I'm going to draw a sunny cloud because it gives me 5 victory points. I think I'll draw a rainy cloud down here. That's the end of the game. Now we have to begin scoring. Alright, the scoring. So the villages score 1 victory point for every different terrain type that is orthogonally adjacent, right? So for example, I have these 2 villages and they will score points for each of these unique different terrain types. So I score 6 for that.
And I score a 17.
Okay. So the rivers, you score 1 victory point for every other river that is orthogonally connected. So if a river is connected as such, so for 2 you get 1 victory point. With that, I would get 9 victory points for the rivers.
And I would get 2.
Moving on, we have the mountains. The mountains scored 2 victory points for the longest connected range only. So this for me is the longest connected range, and it's the only range that I have. So because I have 5 of those, I scored 10 victory points for that.
And I score an 8.
Then we move on to the forests. The forests score 2 victory points for every pair. So I've got a few pairs around. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And everything else that is there, which I don't have any, do not score any points. So I score 8 victory points for the forest.
And I score only a 2.
Then we have the farm. These are a little bit tricky to count, but you score 1 victory point for every adjacent river. Now, adjacent in this case means it can be orthogonal or diagonal. So, for example, I score victory points for all these rivers around this farm. Counting our total, we got 33 victory points for that.
And I have a 12.
Then the desert. The deserts lose 2 victory points for each adjacent farm. I didn't have any deserts, but my son did. And he's -4 on that. Now, we've looked at this, and the rainy clouds double the points, the victory points where they're placed for that corresponding terrain itself. So I've got 2 of those which both score 2 victory points each. So I will get 4 victory points for that. And finally, the sunny clouds score 5 victory points for each sunny cloud. I have 3 of those, so I score a 15. Sun scores 20. Let's add the totals now. So, the total scores in this round or this game are 59 points for my son and 85 points for me. That brings us to the end of Megadhuta, a game by Rohith. Thank you for sharing your game with us, Rohith, and thank you all for watching.